Fremantle are massive frauds. We should permanently rename them Fraudmantle. What has happened? It was not that long ago they were a top 4 team and they've not made the 8 because of the last game against Port Adelaide. What we saw at Optus on that day on Sunday was nothing short of men versus boys. Port Adelaide were good. They turned up. Freo decided, you know what? We don't want the finals. That's what they decided. They're stupid idiots. The reason I'm not louder and shouting is because I got all my shouting out the way in the stream. Towards the end of the Port Adelaide Freo stream, I ranted about Freo because they threw that game away. Sometimes quite literally. Port turned up, credit to them. They played well. Freo had plenty of opportunities to score, to attack. They messed up so many easy things. I remember there was one play at the end, like it was like 6 minutes left, I think. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, Nat 5 got the ball, it slipped out his hands, and people in the chat, people were saying like, oh yeah, but he's 35, he's finished, yeah, but like, I'm not criticizing him for missing a shot. Like, he's not kicked a shot and put it out on the full. He's not tried to mark it and didn't mark it. It's not one of those things where he couldn't run the length of the field. It was a simple thing where he had possession, ran with the ball and dropped it. A 40-year-old can keep the ball for more than 2 seconds. But anyway, he dropped the ball. Somehow they still had possession. Voss slips, and then Michael Waters slips. And this all happens in like 3 seconds. I'm just like, okay, to be fair, slipping is not usually the person's fault. But it just summed up the entire game for Fremantle. Like, it's like they didn't want to win. That's what that play said. That play basically summed up, because they had so many opportunities that they thwarted, and it wasn't all down to players slipping. It was just down to Freo just being bad. And I would shout louder again, but literally I woke up before the Saturday night games, Sydney, Adelaide and Brisbane, Essendon. I watched the games. I went to work, did a long shift at work. It was very tiring. Came home at midnight. The Dogs GWS game was at 3:30 AM, and I thought to myself, it's the last round, last day. Let me watch all 3 games. I'll stay up all night. So, because I had Sunday off work, and I'm off here. So it's Sunday right now. It's almost midnight. Funny thing is, I got work tomorrow. The point is, I stayed up. I recorded a second channel video first, and I went on. I streamed all 3 games. I would have gone to sleep early if Carlton won, but St Kilda won the game. So I stayed up just for Freo to lose, and that was very annoying for me. It was very frustrating, and I stayed up over 25 hours. Over 25 hours I was awake. Bear in mind, I was awake to watch Saturday night games, and I'd still not slept. I watched all the way through to the next games. 25 hours I was awake. Just to see Freo choke like that, it really bloody annoyed me. And I've only had 6 hours sleep. I woke up 6 hours later, and I've not done anything for 4 hours. I've been so exhausted, but I just can't sleep. And now I'm recording these videos, and I'm just like, it's 11:51 PM. I've got work tomorrow. When am I going to sleep? I don't know. But I mean, I guess I'll edit this tomorrow anyway. I'll edit this after work. But I'll edit the first video and put it up on Monday, and I'll come back and edit the rest. But oh my days, am I stressed out. And I've also got a second channel video to record today as well. So I'm done for tonight. But this is all Fremantle's fault. So Fremantle, even though I can't be loud today, but you're the reason I'm not loud. You're the reason I'm so tired and quiet. You know what happens when you're stupid idiots? When you're the top 4 contender and you think and you do, and I can't even speak. This is Fremantle's fault. Every time I make a mistake in these videos, it's Fremantle's fault from now on. Flipping Fraudmantle. You know what happens when you're hanging in the top 4 and then you completely drop out the 8 and you can't make it back in because you can't do simple things against Port Adelaide, huh? You know what happens? You just made the list. Fremantle. The stupid idiots. Also on the list are Carlton as well, because they did choke as well, but they just got lucky that Fremantle were bigger chokers than they were. Also on the list, 69420, meme number, because a few weeks ago he said that Freo would win the minor premiership. It is quite clear that he jinxed his team, so he is also on the list. You're all stupid idiots. I can't be asked. Let's look at these tips. Oh no, it's Carlo. Oh, Collingwood 18 points. That's actually not bad. The margin ain't great. I'll tell you that the margin ain't great. Geelong 50. Fair enough. Richmond by 10. I'll let you off. I'll let you off just because, you know, Gold Coast away form is questionable. You never know. Richmond could have won the last game. A last huzzah. Hawthorn 46. I appreciate it. It was 124 actually. So have that. Brisbane 14. That's pretty close. Only a goal off. Adelaide 6. Can't let him off for that. There's no way Carlo for Adelaide would win away at the SCG. Like, that's the most obvious Sydney tip of all time. Like, Carlo's on the list just to once so far, which I'm very surprised by. He's actually done okay. GWS 28. Obviously, he lost by 37, but I'll let him off because it's before the game. It's not a stupid tip. Before the game, it's a game that either team could win. And I think a lot of people had the Giants to win anyway. So we'll let him off for that one. St Kilda 16. Well, he got St Kilda to win and he got Fremantle by 4. Because Fremantle are frauds, anyone that picks Fremantle is on the list. It's the second time for Carlo. So here we go. Pies to Melbourne by 10 goals. 10 goals. To be fair, it wasn't too far off. I'll give that to you. You're closer than Carlo was. To be fair, I just thought about how much 10 goals is. I overestimated that. Carlton maybe same 20 goals. So I said Carlton, I said Cats same, maybe 20 goals. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, mate. Hawks 10 goals. You know what? Yeah, he called 3 blowouts. He's cooking. Lions 10 goals. Well, the Lions wasn't a blowout. It's only 20 points. So we'll see. We'll see there. Sydney by 30. He was very close there. Very close to cooking. Why has he only tipped 7 games? Why has he only tipped 8 games? He missed one. He missed Richmond Gold Coast. I guess it's not relevant anyway. Swans, well, Giants by 18. 3 goals. Obviously, you got that wrong, but I'll let you off because a lot of people had the Giants to win. Got the Saints by 20. Freo by 25. 25. Maybe if they kick straight, they would. But Benjamin, you just made a list. Just to once. Just to once, you know. It's a good start. It's good. Compared to Freo, who, you know what? Let me just put Benjamin's name down. Fremantle times 1 billion. 9 zeros. Because I know in some countries a billion is 12 zeros, but it's 1 billion times for Fremantle.
You just made the list! 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 You just made the list!